Once shot for food, now she shot for the thrill of the audience. At her side, a loyal poodle balanced an egg on its head, unbroken, untouched, until Annie's bullet cracked it with precision. Every shot was a show, every moment a marvel, and soon the show would cross the sea. Buffalo Bill's Wild West show set sail for Europe, carrying legends and icons across the Atlantic. Annie, Sitting Bull, and the rest of the cast prepared to show the world what the American West was made of. On board, Annie sat beside Sitting Bull, waiting for landfall. 2 warriors, 2 worlds, 1 journey, and when they arrived, the world watched. Before long, Annie Oakley stood face to face with Queen Victoria. The Queen was captivated not just by Annie's skill, but by her grace, her presence. She called Annie a very clever little girl, a term of endearment that stuck in Annie's heart for years. Annie performed before royalty, her rifle in hand, standing tall in front of the world's most powerful. But even across the ocean, fame invited rivalry. Back in the United States, another name began to rise, Lillian Smith. Brash, bold, younger, she challenged Annie Oakley's title, claiming the spotlight for herself. The newspapers fed the fire, printing headlines that questioned Annie's place in the show. Lillian declared Annie's time was over, that her reign was done. But Annie didn't flinch. She didn't run. Still abroad, she continued her tour, now invited to perform before the German royal family. There in front of a packed court, the German prince stepped forward with a lit cigar in hand. Annie took aim, and in a flash the bullet flew. The cigar shot clean out of his fingers. A roar of awe filled the room. Annie Oakley had just answered her challengers without saying a single word. After the whirlwind tour of Europe, Annie returned to the United States, but so did her rivalry. The tension between Annie Oakley and Lillian Smith had grown too loud to ignore. Audiences demanded to know who was the true sharpshooter, who would hold the title of the best in the West. There was only one way to settle it, a public duel of precision. 2 women, 1 stage, a contest that would decide it all. The shots rang out, one after another, and when the smoke cleared, it was Annie Oakley who stood victorious. Her arm was raised in triumph. The crowd roared. Lillian Smith, bold and brash, had been silenced not by insult, but by undeniable skill. She had eaten her words. And while her pride stung, she did what she had to do. She packed her suitcase and walked away. No tantrum, no fight, just a forward gaze, head held high, on to the next chapter of her life. But behind the scenes, a quiet decision had already been made. Annie had shown Buffalo Bill something deeper than skill. She had shown him that Lillian's arrogance didn't belong in the show's legacy. As a condition for the continuing with the Wild West show, Annie made it clear there would be no place for both of them. And Buffalo Bill chose loyalty, grace, and precision. He chose Annie Oakley.